Well, hello. Good to see you, MJ. How's your evening going so far? Let's see. Rate's good. Just going to send Twitch on a 3-minute ad so we can get rid of the pre-rolls. Refresh that. Oof. Going to, just good evening. I'm off work for a week now. Oh. Got any plans? A week's quite a long time. Oh. I hate that I can't just click on the bottom right anymore in Windows and get a calendar pop up. Through the 3rd. That makes sense. Yeah, those days between Christmas and a few days after New Year's where it's just kind of like ideally everyone just, gets the time to just relax, chill, enjoy life. I have a lot of friends that are, I think, having to work, but for those that can get it, it's definitely nice. I'm just doing a New Year's Eve thing at my place, and then going to head out to the peninsula for a few days, then back for Zoo Lights next Saturday. Ooh. Wait, up where you are? The Zoo Lights, I mean. What is the link? There it is. And there we go. All right, I guess I need to ping everybody on Discord real quick. Hip in Seattle? Let's see. Oh, that's what, okay, there we go. And somewhere around here. There it is. There we go. Hi, Fluffy. Back with the funny looking shoulder ukulele? We are indeed. It's weird. The bridge is even like rounded. You can't strum correctly. How have you been, Fluffy? It's been a little while. How have your streams been going? see. Q. Let's see. Checking some things there, MJ. Yes! Good, 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 good. Okay, let me plug that into Nightbot real quick. And see, I think I have Nightbot over here as well. Hopefully it's still logged in here. Aurora, can you please not go back there? You always get stuck and then you end up having to play with the camera and then I get miffed. There's already enough tech jank without you causing more. Nope. Not going back there. Nope. There it is. There we go. That hopefully will work. Awesome. It's looking good. Speaking of, need to get some lip balm real quick. Aurora. Ukuleles are cool, but you don't own one. They're actually tuned, as far as I know, exactly the same as violin. 4 strings G, D, A, E from the bottom up, a fifth apart. They're going pretty okay. A lot of scuff modeling games don't want to work well some of the times. Yeah. What would we do as streamers without scuff? It's not a real stream without it, right? Guitar equals guitar, ukulele equals bass and guitar child? Oh yeah, basses do end up having, I know stand-up basses, string basses, have, I believe, the same tuning as a violin. Or is it? Don't quite remember. Still need an electronic drum set for some cool Guitar Hero, but drums. Drum hero? Drum villain? Let's see. I need to edit the Fetty post. Says now live. Oop, wrong. Copy and paste. There we go. All right. And we can, oh yeah, have the Q&A questions up here. Hi, Dark Raven. Good to see you. Good evening. Let's see. That's good to go. We can unboost and boost, reboost that. And also, I'm going to do Q&A. So between pieces, it's going to be looking through the other Q&A questions that have come in over the last week or so. If you still haven't submitted any questions and you want to do so anonymously, this is a link to do it. If you don't want to do it anonymously, you can just ask in chat and we can throw it into the list here. All right, let's see. Oh, Kokiri Forest. All right, we can definitely do that. Let me just make sure I have rosin here. And then going to double check the checklist, but otherwise I think we are pretty much ready to go. Oh, there we go. Oh, 1 year. Holy cow. All right. Get the violin out. Oh. I think last time, I don't remember whether it was on stream or not, but got the violin out and then realized, wait, no, I forgot to get the bow out too, which is slightly necessary for playing. Slightly. Whew. All right. Oh, what a journey it's been. We're up to 152 pieces in the repertoire. We started that thing with like 60 or 70 tops. It feels so weird to have that many now. And let's see. What am I looking for? That's okay, good. We have sheet music. And then the checklist. That's there we go. Wait a minute. No, that's the wrong checklist. There's the right checklist. All right. I think we have one thing that I need to get done. And then the whole checklist is done. It's been a good year for sure. Yeah. God, so much has changed. Not just numbers, but, well, numbers did change. Yeah, it's... I was thinking back, it's, 2 to 3 streams a weekend. Just playing and playing and playing and playing. And getting to learn all sorts of new pieces. And, sometimes they didn't go in the repertoire. But a lot of them did. Some pieces ended up getting custom arrangements. And of course, we've gotten the Discord online. First, we started out with not even any bots, right? And we started out with only YouTube, which is, I don't know. I think we did most of 9 months with only YouTube. Then figured out, oh hey, we can do both YouTube and Twitch. And then, oh dear. Start with no bots and no mods? Yeah, that's true. Let's see. Clunk. Oh. All right. If you can, share the link around tonight and tomorrow and the day after. It's special celebrations, so I want as many people here as I can. It's more than usual. It'd be nice if more people were here on the regular, but tonight especially, and well, this weekend especially, it'd be nice to have more people. All right. I think warm up and then, oh. There we go. Oh, right, of course, the rosin. Still forget this half the time. It's, some things never change. Actually, give me just a sec. Cats. There we go. Forbidden candy, yes. We've gotten some of the way through it. I think we were using the dark rosin for quite a bit of the year, and started in on this lighter rosin. It's you can say, oh, I've practiced this much, I've played this much, this much every week. But at the end of the day, you can take a look at whatever rosin you're using, and it sort of tells you how much you've played, right? Because it's rosins every hour and a half to 2 hours. And you just do the same amount every time, and the dark rosin looks like molasses? Yeah. Although, if you get to see it in person, it actually has a, it's got this really, it's like a really dark moss green. And not so much the brown of molasses. There we go. Oi. God damn it. I really need to cat-proof this further. Fortunately, there's only so much I can do, but... sounds lovely. A nice, dark, rich, inky green as candy. I wonder what sort of flavor that would be. I'm not seeing Gaunt's messages. What is going on? Oh, Gaunt! Thank you for the sub. Hi. Hope you're having a great day. I am indeed. Just starting to get in on the stream here. There we go. How have you been? Gotcha. I was zoning out this time of night, so I keep missing your streams. That's fair. The timing can be a little awkward sometimes, especially if you're on the East Coast. You know, it's getting close to midnight on the East Coast there. So, well, doing end of year stuff, counting games and books I've read, trying to use the holiday time to catch up on stuff. Anything in particular? And do you have any standout games for the year? Let's see. What do we use for warm up? Let's see. Let's do something that we've actually hand arranged. Right, we did memory last time. So this is memory from Ib. Basically anything on Game of the Year list. So what is that? No, not Baldur's Gate 3. What was even on the Game of the Year list? Shadow of the Erd Tree? The little cute robot game? I'm completely blanking here. Astrobot? Alright, so here's Memory from the Ib soundtrack. Was Memory. Thanks for the claps. So relaxing. Let's see, Astrobot Balatro. Yeah, I think that was on the list too. It's funny seeing non-gamer friends discover it, pushing it on each other. Seen gameplay, but I haven't played it myself. I think Vivian has it. If you're curious about seeing the gameplay. Kokiri Forest. Still always chuckle and also a little bit miffed about how often people confuse this for the Lost Woods, Saria's theme. It's just like, Kokiri Force is its own thing. Give it the respect, dang it. need to take a look back over that again. So now there's a, let's see. Right, that's what I'm getting the memory from. I was, oh, Patancha, hello, hello. Maris, it's good to see you again. It's been a while. So with Kokiri Forest, I specifically have like a trio or a quartet arrangement. And at KomoriCon back in November, I was playing with some ocarina friends of mine. And yeah, the part that my memory thought that I needed to be playing was either the second or the third part there. I was like, what? Why do my fingers not remember this? Well, it's not part of the solo arrangement. It's part of the trio or quartet arrangement. Oh, thank you for that request, MJ. It's been a hot minute. Oh, that it has. Oz's cute emotes. How are your evenings, by the way? Let's see. Oh, Fen! Hello, hello, and thank you for the sub. Thank you. It's good to see you. Happy Streamiversary. Thank you. And thank you for everyone for making it possible to get this far. It's a wild Fen. Don't throw Pokeballs at her. It'll only make her angry. Probably. Maybe. I don't know. I've never tried. Speaking of, since we're in between pieces, let's go through the Q&A a little bit. So this is, oh gods. Oh, some of these are like, you know, genuine get to know me questions. Others are like, force me to anger half the world sort of questions. Yeah, that's the pineapples and pizza question, Mew. Yeah, it's horrid. Right, and I'm blind and can't read. Happy 1 year anniversary. Nicklefox, hello, hello. Welcome. Let's see. Others are the ones Vivian submitted. I know one is definitely what's your egg tier list? Is definitely Vivian's. That's in third. Let's do pineapples first. So the question is simple: pineapples on pizza, yes or no? The egg one is Vivian coded, yeah. So pineapples on pizza. I used to like them. At some point, I sort of stopped liking. Like I tend to think of fruits more as like it's separate snack, dessert, that sort of thing. I'm talking. Shh, let me talk for a little bit. And then I just sort of stopped liking, like warm pineapple. I have nothing particularly against it. Like I don't think that, you know, it should or shouldn't belong on pizza. It's a topping, you know. Besides, Japan is way more sacrilegious than pineapple. But yeah, for me personally, no pizza on no pineapple on pizza. I think in terms of pizza toppings, my go-to is white sauce with bacon, chicken, mushrooms, and spinach. Ova, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. A Florentine? Is that what that is? Oh, wait a minute. I do like grilled pineapples, and if someone handed me a slice, I'd totally eat it, but I wouldn't seek it out myself. That's fair, yeah. I definitely have some sorts of pizza like that as well. It's, I tend towards the, there you go. Now you have space. Yeah, there are definitely types of pizza that I wouldn't order myself, but, you know, if I was given it, I would totally eat it. You know, basic stuff like pepperoni as well is on that list. Yes, Mew. Do you need pets or you will die? Is that what's going on? Insistent. She is never this insistent off stream. Like I spent a good like 3-4 hours here. Like, you know, it's just petting her every once in a while, this and that. But she's never this insistent off stream. Whenever I make pizza, it's mushroom, sausage, pepperoni, hot peppers, and extra cheese. Any particular fondness for certain types of cheese? Let's see. MJ, haven't met a pizza I didn't like yet. Yeah, that's fair. Go to Japan and you might. You might. There's mayo on pizza. There's shrimp on pizza. Shrimp on pizza actually probably isn't too bad. Mayo on pizza. Anyway, let's get to the next request here. It says Tressa the Merchant from Octapath Traveler. Oh, hey, happy anniversary. You're cool as fuck. Oh, thank you. Nuneyaki? Is that the name? Nuneyaki? Nuneyaki? Welcome to the stream. Let's see. If you'd like to request stuff, if you type !SL, it'll give you a link. !SR space a chunk of a name will also request pieces from chat. How about pineapple on pizza? That was the question that I was answering to begin with, is pineapple on pizza. And I used to like it as a child. Now I sort of don't. I'll eat it, but I definitely don't prefer it. But also, like, I don't have strong opinions on whether it should or shouldn't be on pizza. So, all right, Tressa the Merchant. Do I remember how to play this? Let's see. Oh, yeah. I think Octopath Traveler 2 was on sale recently. I had pineapple on pizza a few times when I was in Arizona. Was it okay, but I wouldn't seek it out? Yeah, that's sort of where I'm at, too. Let's see. Okay, you can go back to your blanket, Curry. was Tressa the Merchant from Octaviac the Traveler. Thanks for that request, Gaunt. Ooh, it worked? Oh, the request, yeah. Which interface did you use, Patin? Dex, it's, wait a minute, what did I miss? MJ, I bet fresh mayo is life-changing? Japanese mayo, I think, is also, it's Kewpie mayo. You may be able to find it, especially up where you are. But I hear it's a little different from, US mayo, at least. Odex it is. I've been making one my own for years now, and one time I got lazy and just picked up a jar and it was so bland. Mine, a little extra vinegar for extra tang, some chipotle pepper. That would definitely do it. Oh, thanks for the claps. I did the command in chat. Oh, right, wait, really? Oh, there it is. So I have my interface set up so that I don't see commands and stuff over in my combined chat. And I had looked over at the Twitch interface and missed it. Oh! Cardamomo Chai, thank you for the follow. Thank you. Hopefully you enjoy your stay here. The chipotle doesn't give any heat, but a subtle smoky flavor. Ah, it's that's more what I tend to get out of my my peppers. So like for Christmas, one of the things I do is I make meat sauce. Meat sauce. And one of the starting stages is stick of butter, a head and a little bit more of garlic, and then slowly warming that up alongside what are they called? Chili japones. They're Japanese peppers. In Japan we just call them hawk's claws. But instead of chopping them up or putting them whole, I split them in half, get the seeds out, and then warm it in oil. And it's one of the things that my head chef taught me, that because the seeds themselves aren't spicy, but because the seeds are inside, they get a lot of the oil attached to them, and so when you get rid of the seeds, it gets rid of a lot of the actual like spiciness of it, and instead you end up infusing the oil with more of the actual smoky flavor of the chilies, which is something that I prefer over just like, stab somebody in the mouth spicy. Want? Alright, let's see. We'll do Otoya's Etude, and then maybe we'll do another question from the Q&A. And if you'd like to ask questions to be put on the list, you can do that in chat, or if you'd like to do it anonymously, there's also that link. Otoya's Etude. It's been a while. Let's see. How many pages was this? Was this 3? This was... All right. Recipe's dead easy. Use a stick blender to blend it together. So one of the ingredients that you can get, you can use to get a lot of smokiness infused into something is smoked paprika, especially, is it Spanish smoked paprika? Yeah, I think it's Spanish. but it ends up being just really, really nice, especially compared to standard paprika. It's got a much darker, richer smell and taste to it. Anyway, here's Old-As Etude from Kamen Rider Kiva. Was Old-As Etude from Kamen Rider Kiva. And thank you for that request, Maris. Right, we have Super Bell Hill from Super Mario 3D World, Inner Light from Star Trek The Next Generation, and then Sampo from My Neighbor Totoro coming up. Oh, thank you for the claps. Thank you, thank you. Oh, you use a stick blender? Need to be patient doing it though. Gotta keep the blender to the bottom of the container till the motion starts coming together and slowly bring it up. Too quick and the motion collapses. That can be covered by adding another egg and being more patient. Ugh. Emulsion's a royal pain in the butt. Like, I did a lot of the chefing that I did was pasta related, and so a lot of those sauces, you just kind of have to, you know, use the frying pan to flip the pasta in on itself to get an emulsion going. It's usually, you know, part of the sauce plus oil, and then you get a little bit of the pasta water. If you do it right, it's wonderful. If you do it wrong, it's a mess. And I don't mean a mess as in like it gets everywhere. It's just sad. Does it end up being a proper sauce? Let's see. Let's do another question off of the Q&A list. Let's see, what was the first soundtrack piece you remember wanting to play on violin? Most likely Lord of the Rings? Like, it would have been concerning hobbits from Lord of the Rings. So I think other than that... Hi, Vivian. So sorry, I'm late. No worries, no worries. Life happens. I'm glad you're here. Yeah, it's, so the question I just answered was what was the first soundtrack piece you remember wanting to play on violin? And it was probably Lord of the Rings, and it was probably concerning hobbits. I remember playing that as a duet with a friend of mine that played flute. And I think that was one of the first times that I remember making somebody cry. Vivian, they had chili lime shrimp chips I could eat? Wait, what? Oh, that, yeah, that didn't hit it, on any of your dietary restrictions. Huh. Let's see. Okay, so we are there. Let's do another few requests here. Super Bell Hill. Let's see. Super Mario 3D World. There it is. Concerning Hobbits is indeed a very emotional piece. I did cry when I listened to it. Yeah, that's... For me, it's less of the cryy emotional and more just sort of being able to breathe, just that's sort of emotional. What have you missed? I think 3 or 4 pieces, and the pineapple on pizza yes or no question. Alright, so here's Super Bell Hill from Super Mario 3D World. was Super Bell Hill from Super Mario 3D World. Thanks for the request, Ben. Is that a question for the list? Oh. That's an adorable emoji. What did I miss? Let's see. Eat a platonic solid? Wait, what did I... I'm trying to remember the first song I learned on guitar. I think it was Polly by Nirvana. Huh. Oh, before I forget. Hydrate. Hi, Grumpy Monkey. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Sore Monkey after helping my buddy Zinga starter clean up her room. So now I'm me. Painkillers. Can I help clean up my room? Oh, can you help clean up my room too? When I got my Mastodon plushie in today, it's... Ooh, Mastodon plushie. How squishable is it? It looks really cute and fluffy, but I have no clue how squishable it is. Let's see, inner light, inner light. Just a straight up no to Vivian. Already too sore? Sitting on top of your, oh, it's sitting on top of your bookshelf with Mew and Charmander? Aw. Fairly squishable. Saw a really good Racing Miku plushie yesterday, but it was way overpriced. Yeah, recognizable stuff tends to be, right? Also, yes, typing my question was for the list. Okay. I added it to the list. Also, happy holidays, everyone. Or anyway, that, happy Yule, happy, Merry Christmas, happy Hanukkah, ongoing. I hope you have a wonderful Yuletide, also ongoing. Definitely my favorite thing about Yuletide is that, like, 21st all the way through the rest of the year. Let's see. Alright, so here's the inner light from Star Trek The Next Generation. the inner light from Star Trek The Next Generation. Thank you for that request, Tova. I'm going to send Twitch on 3 minutes of ads real quick to get rid of the pre-rolls. I won't play music in the meantime, don't worry. So Twitch, see you back in exactly 3 minutes. Oh, Grumpy Mickey, I don't even want to clean up my own apartment. I feel that, yeah. It can sometimes be easier to help friends compared to doing your own cleaning. Nobody ever gives me Hanukkah gifts, probably because I'm not Jewish. Raven, I am Bird. Where is my birthday gift? Birthday gift. Isn't that every day though? Toss out some seeds and shiny bits of metal. That's a fair birthday gift. I don't know what it would look like other than I think it would be one of 8. I have you just sitting here. Okay, off you go, miss. I'll have ads. It's unfair that I'm not getting ads on YouTube. Honestly, I wish it didn't have to run ads. I mean, it definitely forces me to take breaks, which is nice, I guess. It sort of reminds me to have, you know, water and a couple other things, but MJ, egg. It's hard boiled. Can we get soft boiled? Each day of Hanukkah give me one hard boiled egg. Are you more of a hard boiled person, Vivian, compared to soft boiled? Oh. That one's soft boiled? Oh, interesting. Alright, there we go. Twitch needs to work on their business model. The only way they can increase revenue right now is to make viewer experience worse. In shitification. Which is, yeah, I definitely don't want to see Twitch go down that route. Granted, also YouTube's going down that route too. A lot of things are at the moment, which is, yeah. It's unfortunately a product of venture capital, and you know, at some point things come due. You have millions and millions, possibly tens, hundreds of millions, and invested, then people start demanding that they see return on their investment, and then yeah, stuff gets forced to changes get forced in for revenue's sake instead of like making a better product so more people like it, so you get more revenue. It's ends up being extracting more revenue out of each person, which is all right. Let's see. Another question, maybe? Yeah, another question. So this one, another anonymous one, is if you had to play an instrument other than piano, what would it be? So this is phrased as if you had to play an instrument. So it might be that I'm, you know, I have a gig or something and I can't play violin for one reason or another, right? In that case, it would be flute, because that's just your standard silver concert flute. That's the one I have the second most experience in. With violin, it's damn near 30 years of experience now. Flute is next up with 7 years of solid experience. Enough that when a friend had some issues with her flute, you know, it's like was having some oddities with certain fingerings. I took a look at it. You know, there was actually some pad stuff that needed. Basically, there's a couple of pads that or keys that work together, and they need to be calibrated just right so that one isn't overpressured, one isn't like totally loose. Fixed that for her, and then, you know, asked, "Hey, can I try playing this real quick?" This was like 5 years back, maybe a little more. And it had been probably like at least a decade since I had last touched a flute, but my fingers still remembered, which is, and I'm sure even with sight reading, my fingers would probably remember, which is, yeah. The only issue is that the embouchure, the muscles around the mouth, because with the flute, you do use all these muscles to tighten up the lips. Those were complaining after only a few minutes. So yeah, that was the thing. What would you ideally want to play? Like ignoring skill, kind of like I am envious of these instrument players. In that case, since I can already play cello and I already have a cello, harp, definitely harp. It's an instrument that's really like polyphonic, right? In and of itself. And it has, you know, a really comforting sound. And definitely, so growing up, you know, I've adored a few instruments, but violin I play, you know, so there's not really envy there, right? Shakuhachi, which is the Japanese vertical flute, cello, and also harp is the last on that list. And yeah, it's a cello I was able to get. It's not a particularly good cello, but I was able to get one that more or less functions. I've actually had to play it during certain gigs. I might have to this coming year, come to think of it, for fairly cheap. That was, you know, beat up. Had to get the whole bridge replaced because it was completely bent over. Absolutely no fixing that. Had to replace a couple of strings. The bow, I think did I have to get it rehaired? I don't remember. And like the case is like out of 5 buckles, it's like completely missing a full buckle and another buckle is hanging on for dear life. But yeah. Let's see, you know, in case a wind-based violin comes out, yeah, it's cool with everyone. I'm polyphonic. One-handed instruments. Wait, what? aren't most of those percussion, or am I missing something obvious? Wait. Oh, would love to play an instrument with a single hand? I don't know if there are any instruments that are single. I mean, you could maybe get harmonica to work single-handed. But otherwise, I don't know if there are any instruments that you can, or at the very least, can't extract like full functionality out of it with only one hand. Because harmonica can be two hands to no hands, depending on setup and context. One castanet, some drums, you could argue. Yeah. A xylophone. I mean, I think a xylophone would be similar to trying to play like a piano or a harp with one hand. It just... Yeah, the problem is that like harps are fairly expensive. Even like a smaller Celtic harp, which might be, you know, like 21 to 28 strings. Even a starter one would still run you, you know, like, God's probably $400 or $500. And then like a full concert pedal harp is going to be, you know, 4 digits. So yeah, it's just one of those instruments that I've just never had the spare funds to be able to get my hands on. MJ, I'd like to learn harmonica. Seems like it'd be easy to carry around to be able to play everywhere. And since the synths don't count because those are 1 to 2 handed until they're no handed, like a sequencer take hands until it doesn't. Wait. Also, Danny says hello and congrats. Thank you. Hello. Let's see. All right. We've got that question out of the way. Let's do the next request, which is Sampo from My Neighbor Totoro. This is a request from Patan-chan. Sample from My Neighbor Totoro. Thanks for that request, Patan-chan. MJ, what? I can get a 7-pack of Fender harmonicas with different tunings and a case for 70? Why have I not done this? Raven, can I have one? Just one? Just a really specific tuning one? hard enough to make it 3/4 of the way across the continent? Next is Rose of May. This is Beatrix's theme from Final Fantasy IX. Was Rose of May from Final Fantasy IX. Thank you for that request, Vivi. Hi, Sam. Welcome to the stream. Welcome back. How's your evening going so far? Let's see. The next question on the list. Next question. Let's see. What is your egg tier list? Egg tier list. Let's see. So down at the very bottom of the list would be like American style scrambled eggs. People tend to make them really dry. They're just not cohesive. It's just, there's nothing really good about it. It's just chunks of usually fairly bland protein. So that's going all the way down to the D, F tier. But up in CB tier, growing yogi, hey, I like my American meat scrambled eggs. That is until that you learn about some other styles of eggs that are also effectively scrambled eggs. So down in like more CB tier is like fried eggs, workable, especially when the yolk is still fairly soft, at least soft if not runny, right? Not cold, not uncooked, but also not solidified. And then A tier, so omelets. So it's a little complicated. So a lot of times the omelets that I see tend to be put eggs in pan, coat, pan in egg, put things on, close it up, serve, right? And that's expedient. But that is B tier at best. So there's a way of making egg that it's a French style, where A requires butter, of course, and also requires taking the egg and effectively almost whisking it in the pan as it's cooking. Very easy to do with chopsticks. RMJM, hello, welcome back to the stream. We're currently going over one of the questions for the night, which is, what is your egg tier list? So down in F tier, we've got like American style scrambled eggs. Up in like C tier, fried eggs, especially if the yolk is still warm but fairly soft or runny. And then B tier is like the omelet, where you just put the whisked egg into the pan, coat the pan, put the things in on top of the egg, and fold it, right? But there's another style of doing omelets, and Japanese tamagoyaki has learned from this method as well. But the effectively you put the egg in with melted butter, and you end up effectively like whisking it in the pan, and it ends up this really, really soft, fluffy substance. It doesn't really hardly even feel solid. And you can whisk hard, you can whisk a little less, but with Japanese tamagoyaki, so there's certain methods where you thin layer, fold that up, thin layer, fold it out, fold it back up, thin layer, fold it out, fold it back up. You'll see this in sushi places a lot. Tends to use dashi, which is various stocks. The way I tend to do it, and it's homemade tamagoyaki, is so it's the eggs whisked together with usually some amount of sugar and then just a tiny pinch of salt. The salt is there really only to bring out the sweetness. And then put into a pan with hot butter and whisked anywhere from, that French style all the way down to sort of just kind of a lazily doing it, just to get more egg exposed to the pan itself. Either way, it still ends up fairly fluffy. And that goes probably A tier. Hard-boiled eggs, like C tier. Soft-boiled eggs, B, A tier. S tier. S tier is oh, hi Rain. Hello, hello. We're going over the egg tier list. So hard boiled is down in like C, right? Soft boiled is like B, maybe A. But in Japan we have something called ajidashi tamago. Wait, is it? Ajidashi tamago. I think that's it. Shortened to ajitama, which you'll see them mostly in ramen, right? Where you'll have an egg split in half, soft boiled, and then the white part of the egg will actually be fairly browned. And what that is it's been, after being soft boiled, it's been put in some sort of container to marinate overnight. Generally, it tends to be a mix of soy sauce and mirin, and usually sugar to some degree as well. Tends to be more on the sweet savory side instead of the super salty side. Those are absolutely S tier. And I think that is my egg tier list. Have I forgotten any? Poached eggs. Poached eggs. Oh, and I guess deviled eggs too. Poached eggs sort of go down in the C, B tier, workable. But like, and then, shall we add egg drop soup as well? Like egg drop soup is like B, maybe A tier. Deviled eggs. I don't like the things people do with the yolk. So for me, it ends up down in just like the F tier, will not seek it out, will not eat it sort of tier. It goes below American scrambled eggs, by the way. Just, you know, for you scrambled eggs, American scrambled egg lovers out there, there is something below American style scrambled eggs. Rain? So American style scrambled eggs tend to be fairly like solidly cooked. It tends to just be a bunch of little bits of egg. Whereas the Japanese style of tamagoyaki is it comes out more omelet shaped without like the inner stuff. And it ends up really fluffy and infused with butter. And so that one in particular goes fairly high on the tier list. Probably A. Don't know about S. Kind of want to give it S, but those poor eggs constantly crying. Egg tier list. Look, the eggs aren't crying. They're just happy that they're being used for some of the stuff higher up in the tier list. I'm glad to have fought in the Great Scrambled Eggs Egg Wars. A bunch of us were eggs, weren't we? Some of us cracked quite a while ago. Some of us more recently. I know I was, gosh, my egg cracked completely about 3.5 years ago, I think. So yeah, I think this is the first Streamiversary. My third HRT-versary is coming up in February, I think. How shall I take on the scrambled egg side of this war? See, but like, it's just don't do American style scrambled eggs. The young gal I was helping clean up had a box of marbles. Wait, what? Still need to make some breakfast sandwiches. Yeah. Hey, I lost the Q&A link. Can I have it? Yeah. Probably got it on paste. Nope, that is definitely not paste. There you go. That's for anonymous questions. If you don't want to do anonymous, you can just throw it in chat. I figured people would appreciate just having the option to do it anonymously. Because, like, you know, some people don't feel a little awkward asking directly. Some questions can be, you know, it can, you know, all sorts of social stuff. So, Grumpy Monkey. So I told her that she hadn't lost her mom's marbles just yet. That's fair. That's fair. Well, lost and then found. RMJM, scrambled eggs taste like sadness. Yeah. Even if they're well seasoned, often it's yeah, just little bits of sadness. It's like slow cooking a low fat cut of meat. Those end up being little bits of sadness too. Rain and Octavia, happy anniversary, by the way. Thank you. It has been a year. It's and really, I wouldn't have gotten this far without everybody's support. Like, whether, you know, like monetary, of course, as survival, but also all of the other forms of support that people have shown me over the last year have been absolutely instrumental in not just continuing streams, but expanding streams, right? We've gone from, you know, it's no mods, no bots, just me on YouTube with just trying to do things. And God's the lighting in some of those early streams. It was bad. It was so bad. To, you know, let's picked up a couple of mods fairly quickly. But still figuring out bots. We at least got some basic bot action working fairly early on. Then, you know, it's getting certain things dialed in. We had some, if you look at some of the earliest streams, I know we had a lot of issues with the reverb plugin, borking out just randomly. And it was also on the older setup, the older computer, which, again, thank you to MJ and Vivian, another one of my friends, for putting together this whole computer setup for me. Minus, like, the webcam and the keyboard and mouse, I think, and, like, the mixer and preamp are about the only things that didn't come as part of that package. Yeah, that made it so much easier to stream. So much easier to also do things with sheet music and monitoring things. And, you know, like right now I have my streaming interface over here with Twitch and with YouTube. Mostly it's on Twitch most of the time. Because that's YouTube's interface doesn't really give me good feedback, and nothing's really useful. But there's a lot on Twitch that is good feedback. And then, of course, my main monitor, and then my OBS and chat monitor over this way. Raven, okay. If you know I'm asking this. Have you composed any music, and if you have, can we listen to it? Yeah. Let me throw that up on as the next question here. This is Raven, right? Yeah, Raven. Not sure why I'm so sleepy today. Maybe it's must have been that I took my meds fairly early today, about like 9 hours ago, course, I'm used to taking it about 6 hours ago. Yeah, we'll get the question answered after maybe two more pieces. Octavia, for those of us growing out their hair for the first time, how long did it take to grow out your hair to its current length? That's another good question. Let me throw it on the pile here. Plenty of questions coming in. Holy cow. Joyful Keys instrumental in learning. Welcome to the stream. Recently got an old German-made violin and put new strings on it, and sounds quality is good. I understand how hard it is to learn it. Yeah, that's congratulations on getting an old German violin. That's also what so this is Pinkie Pie. She's not German. Sophie over there, who needs a little bit of repair, and thus is on hiatus, is a German violin, and it's wonderful to play, especially with I don't know what sort of strings you put on there, but if you manage to get oh, what are they? Infeld blues, I think. It's either the Infeld reds or the Infeld blues. One of them is a lot brighter, but Infeld, I think it's Infeld blues that are not quite as direct, a little more subtle, a little more less poppy, if you will. Yeah, it's learning is, the violin has a really nice big hurdle at the beginning. Like flutes, there's a little bit of a bump in the learning curve just at the beginning to get a sound out, right? Like, here, let me chat. Let's see. Does this work? Yeah, there we go. So, random bamboo flute, just not even a 6-hole. It's a 5-hole, 4-hole, really. Like 4 here. There's a thumb hole, and there's mouthpiece, right? So with these, like getting the angle right is the first hurdle, right? And getting that embouchure, right? It can be, it's a 1 or 2 week endeavor. And then from there, it's fairly stable. You get better sound quality as your embouchure improves. And then, of course, the fingering and sight reading and all of that fun stuff. But, oh. There we go. You can sit there. With violin, yeah, embouchure. Embousure. It's French. So like with violin, the posture is one thing. That this left hand being twisted around, this is sort of the angle, right? And then having this wrist nice and straight, so you're not trying to do this, you're not doing this, you're nice and straight. And then getting the bow hold to be right, getting this and getting all the main grip here and the suspension system here. And then at first it's this, right? Right? That's, fairly normal. And like getting, where are you playing? How fast are you drawing? How straight are you drawing? All have a huge effect on the sound. And so even on a violin or, a cello, viola, just getting a tone out of it is its own fairly long journey, especially if you don't have a teacher, right? getting to that can take a while. And especially if you don't have a teacher, there can be bad what do you call it? Bad habits ingrained. Left hand, this sort of thing where you're using your palm to keep that up instead of using this to keep it up. Or even when you're keeping it up like this, going grrr, and like really wrenching down on it instead of just letting the weight of your head tilting that way. Just, you know, there's so many things that go into that first bump in the learning curve of violin. The other thing is, like, it doesn't have frets, right? So if you want to go the basic scale of just doing that part can be if you don't know what you're listening for and aiming for, you don't even quite know where you're supposed to be. And then if you do know where you're going for, right? That can be difficult. Just getting there can be difficult. Tuning strings can be difficult, right? The higher you place your pinky, the fancier you are. Does that make me super fancy? Yeah, that's a lot of things that go into the sort of the super basics of violin. All right, let's do Even Angels Get Emotional here. Request from Rain. So this is a piece from the visual novel Needy Streamer Overload. What's the publication year on your Needy Streamer Overload, by the way? I know it's fairly recent, but I don't remember the exact year. $2022? Yeah, that's definitely fairly recent. All right, so here is Even Angels Get Emotional. even angels get emotional. Thanks for that request, Rain. Espen, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Lurking and living? Okay. Have a nice lurk. Raven, what a lovely game. Seems we need streamer overload. I'm pretty sure that nothing bad happens to the protagonist. Cute things, you know. Kind of like Madoka Machika, right? That's, yeah. How long did it take you to learn to do vibrato? The year of my violin, roughly 1719. I got the Tomastic Infeld 135 dominance. Okay, dominance are a decent set. Let's see. Like they're a fairly well balanced set to begin with. You won't find too much difference going to Infeld, any of the Infeld red or blue. Although with an old, if it's a 1700s instrument, good gods. Well, never mind. If you're just starting out, don't worry about it. Whatever is affordable. In like the anywhere from like the $40 to the $70 price range for a full set of strings is probably the best. But how long did it take you to learn to do vibrato? So I learned it in my 6th year of playing, maybe my 7th, somewhere in there. Learning vibrato itself took a few months, tops. Like, at the end of the day, it's not a difficult motion, right? It's literally just, that's the finger that's on there. And you just nod the hand back this way. And instead of instead of like not having the finger slide as your hand nods, it'll, I don't know if I can show it properly, but it, actually, I wonder if I can do this. I wonder if I can show it with this. It'll roll a little bit. And that's how you get that waviness in the sound. But at first it's an awkward motion, especially depending on the finger, right? And let's see. Yeah, getting the fingers to be loose enough to adapt to that rolling, while being solid enough that it doesn't go anywhere and actually rolls instead of slides around, is difficult. But yeah, once you have a few years of violin under you, that's a few months, really. All right, let's see. What do I want to play? Shall we do Ancient Stones? Ancient Stones sounds good. This is from the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. And another one of my custom arrangements that I have over on the Coffee account. If you are curious about the sheet music that I've arranged myself, they are available to everyone on the Coffee account. You don't have to donate or subscribe, as much as I appreciate those. They're available for free. a minute. Didn't Raven have a question somewhere? Did I actually copy it down correctly? Oh, okay, yeah, never mind. I did. I got the question. Let's play Ancient Stones and then go to the next question. Styrofoam. Oh, the cup noodles? Is it bad that I like cup noodles? Especially the seafood ones. The seafood ones are really good. Not all the time, mind you. Every once in a while. Ancient Stones from Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. Styrofoam is what gives it the flavor. Danny enjoys the cup noodles, but I've always preferred the stovetop instant ramen. Yeah, that's fair. Rain's one of my favorite Skyrim songs. Glad to hear it. It's definitely one of mine too. That alongside I think Secunda and Streets of Whiterun are those two, along with Ancient Stones, are three of my absolute favorites. Pretty much I've gotten away with away from anything overtly instant or microwave. Well, I have time to cook. Remember when I was young, I used to eat the canned pasta. Yeah, unfortunately, it's oh, go leaves, go levis. Thank you for the follow. Thank you. Hope you enjoy your stay here. It's if you'd like to request anything, you can get the link by typing !SL. Or if you're on PC, you can just scroll down a little bit and there's a little widget where you can request things. Let's see. Also, !SR space and then part of a name will also allow you to request things. It's just hard to know what's in the repertoire without going to the widget or the link, unfortunately. Remember when I was young, I used to eat, oh, God. So, like, my problem is that with long COVID, I just don't have the energy to cook much of anything. So, like, unless I'm going to go, you know, full hog, you know, it's caramelized onions and then like stuff like meat sauce, stuff like curry. Often it'll be, you know, basically just like spicing up some random ramen packs, right? And it'll just be, okay, how do I, you know, add a couple of extra things into the sauce, whether that's dashi, whether that's you know, shiitake or something like that, or a dash of good soy sauce to round out the flavor, and then, you know, green onions, eggs, and that sort of ends up having to be the meal, because even a quick cook like that, plus eating, is absolutely draining the energy. It is horrid. Octavio, welcome back. You think you can play The Sound of Silence? It's not really a soundtrack, so I don't take requests that aren't soundtracks in one form or another. I do like the song though, and also I don't know if I would play it solo just out of principle unless I could properly arrange it, because it only works as a duet. It's it, like, there are some songs that sound good solo, sound good duo. Sound of Silence is one of those pieces where, like, it absolutely loses its soul without that second part, without that harmony part. Without the vocal harmony part, I mean. Oof. Let's see. So, next question from Raven. Have you composed any music? If you have, can we listen to it? So one of the pieces, I wonder, actually, let me check something real quick. Let's see. Yeah, here's a couple of pieces that so, like, this is various other gigs that I've done. This is like the not actually sheet music. This is staff paper, but it's like the cues to myself. Then you get a little bit of you know, sheet music now and again. But there is actually a whole oh, here we go. So this is a piece I wrote for the theater gig that I had late spring of last year. Let's see if I can read it at this distance, gods. This is Grandma's theme. Short little piece. That was Grandma's theme from, I think this was the, what tree was it? Sorry, it's been a little bit. Wait, I probably have. See, that's a circle of stones. Cleave. The Elder Tree, that's what it was. The Elder Tree is the piece by Nina Monique Kelly. And we performed that at the Chapel Theater in Portland, Oregon sometime last year. The reason it's fairly short, the sheet music for your original piece is on your coffee. Oh, I don't really, I don't think I really have any of my original sheet music in digital format. Like digital sheet music that I can actually transfer. This is literally just like literally my scribblings, right? And this is the better format. I think the original format is yeah, that's like it's down at the bottom scribblings of that. Like that page. This is like down the bottom half of this page is like the ideas and fleshing out of like 4 or 5 different pieces. So my theater notes are, I would not wish having to read any of it on anybody else. Wonder if someone wrote a piece meant to represent me, what it would sound like. May have to digitize that for our archive's sake, if nothing else. Potentially. Rain, I had the honor of Raven writing a song for Sent Me, and fairly proud of it. Oh god, I got a release that I forgot. Be privileged and honored. If you'd allow me to do a cover of your composition, really like it. Oh, I mean, I can send you the sheet music if you'd like. Again, I would have to digitize this and maybe flesh it out just a bit more. Actually, another piece that is actually properly like a full piece is little waltz I wrote way back. It's actually reading. Oh, let's see. What was I reading? I think it was a pony fic of some sort. Was it? I wonder if it was synchronicity or syncopation? Yeah, syncopation. That's what it was. It was this story. And there's actually a scene where one of them teaches the other how to waltz on very short notice. Very short notice. And while I was reading that, the a thought for this piece came to mind. Was a little waltz that I wrote, must have been nearly 10 years ago now. Rain, oh, you had the video uploaded but unlisted. Yeah, that does make it hard for people to get to it. What about lovely waltz? Something interesting noticing. I don't feel it's in 3/4. Yeah, it's in 3/4. I wrote it. I would know. That one did exist. It's in a notebook around here somewhere. Yeah, if left unsupervised, I will root around in my own sheet music for the next 10 minutes. Twitch, I'm going to send you on an ad break real quick to get rid of the pre-rolls. I won't play any music in that period of time, don't worry. And we'll see you back in 3. Let's see. Whew. I'm feeling super sleepy today. Okay. All right. That's going there. Oh, it is? I wasn't feeling it? Losing my beat hearing? Maybe it's that, so that's a slow waltz, right? Waltzes, Viennese waltzes, tend to be more in the pa 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 sort of tempo. Right? Really quick. Also, whereas, again, slow waltz. Which is a heck of a lot slower. Potentially even less than half, right? Like, is like 150-ish, I think. Rosalina's Comet Observatory is, let's see, Rosalina. What is the tempo for this? So, one, two, three, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Basically, somewhere just below 3 beats a second. Maybe like 140, 150-ish. Whereas a slow waltz is like right down at 60, maybe even like 50. I tend to do really slow music, usually 50 or 60 BPM. Yeah, that's like, it can feel weird too, right? Like the various Viennese waltzes, you can almost feel it in one, right? Hey, idea, what's up? Would you be able to play one of my pieces? Really short one. If you have the sheet music for it, yeah. I am up for playing pretty much anything tonight, as long as it's, I mean, you can post soundtracks to begin with, so any of your pieces would be good. In the meantime, let's actually go to the next question here. For those of us growing out our hair for the first time, how long did it take you to grow your hair to its current length? So, currently, it's this, actually, down about there. This is hip bone, right? And it goes down to about the bottom of my butt, right? When it's not braided. And that's sort of my terminal length, which is like my hair, like it renews. The speed at which it renews keeps the hair from staying on my head long enough to grow longer than that. And I think that length took must have been 3 years, maybe 4. Request and sight reading request, if that's okay. Yeah, of course, Vivian. What would you like? Oh gods, all of the Nightbot stuff hitting at once. Also, yes, if you'd like to help keep the streams going, coffee is the best place to donate, either one time or on a subscription basis. Unfortunately, I don't have any goodies for subscribers at the moment, aside from thanks. But yeah, definitely helps. Because unfortunately, being disabled means that this is the only form of work that I can really do. Because otherwise, my body, this I'm fairly efficient at after doing it for nearly 30 years. Most other forms of any sort of labor, even house chores, after 20 or 30 minutes, I am absolutely winded. So yeah, that's if you'd like to help me keep these streams going for as long as we can. Please donate on coffee. Let me take it up. I want another Fire Emblem piece. Okay. So I know some of the other stuff I've requested is messy enough that it needs custom arrangement. Yes, please give our fair violinist money for food. Yes, and also like money for a couple other daily essentials. Turns out food is not the only daily essential that needs paying for, unfortunately. What do you have for a request, Vivian? Raven, I do not know how to write sheet music. I need help. Maybe I can convert MIDI to a sheet music with software assistance. Yeah. Raven, if you look at MuseScore, so MuseScore is notation software, and part of notation software is that it can export to MIDI or XML. Those are the two formats, right? XML is MIDI, you can do more audio-y things with it. XML is more very much a notation format. As far as I know, so MuseScore's software is free. And I believe you can probably import MIDI into MuseScore. Actually, you can probably just send me the MIDI file, honestly. And if I can import it to MuseScore, then I can just read it straight out of MuseScore. In the meantime, let me get the promise. Do I have, let's see. Oh, why am I so sleepy today? Holy cow. This is a piece from Final Fantasy 13, which unfortunately I haven't been able to play. Granted, I think the only Final Fantasies that I've personally gotten to play are like 10 and 14. 9 is on my wish list. Yeah, I think that's about it. That was the promise from Final Fantasy 13. Thanks for that request, Vivi. Let's see. Okay, so we went over March to Deliverance from Final Fantasy or Fire Emblem Echoes, Shadow of Valentia. Valentia? If that's not doable, though, I can find another. I never cared much for 13, but I did always like this piece. Yeah. I've actually gotten to take the time to listen to the original, and it is pretty darn good. Let's see. March to Deliverance. Fire Emblem Echoes. Let's see. Yeah, that'll work. Oh. Being finicky with, oh. Put on another page here. Right, so here is March to Deliverance from Fire Emblem Echoes Shadow of Valentia. Oh, gonna head out, Nova? Okay, night. Take care. Thanks for being here. There we go. Thanks for that request, Vivian. There we go. Let's see. Next question. If you're going to get any soundtrack physically, what would it be? And on what format? Good question. I mean, like, I haven't had physical format soundtracks since, I don't know, while I was in Japan, I had access to a lot of the Comiket stuff for what do you call it? So Comiket is a huge gathering of fan works, and especially the Toho remixes. So like there's the Toho games, right? The original ones. And there's a huge scene for remixing those in various forms, including a fairly well-known violinist by the name of Tam, T-A-M. And I think like pretty much 99% of any albums I've ever owned were various remix albums of Toho stuff. Honestly, not sure what I would, what soundtrack I would get physically. I don't know to what ends either, because like, if it's CDs, I don't really have a CD player. And so nowadays I just sort of prefer digital. Yeah. This is one of the map themes that really sticks with me. It has a really good arrangement on the premium range, but I was hoping it might be simple enough to be compressed down to one voice because it started on the Famicom. Yeah. Hopefully that wasn't too tough. No, of course. But sentimental value, I don't know. It almost feels like I would rather have like something else, even if it's for sentimental value. Funny music challenges composed in 5/4. Oh gods, I know pieces in 5/4. I don't know if I want to play any of them at the moment. There we go. I think I wrote a piece in high school that was 5/4 and 7/8 because the arrangement was asymmetrical time signature and time signature change. Oy, yep. 7/8 is also a it feels so weird. But both 5/4 and 7/8 feel weird. Having both is pretty evil. That said, like Ganon's theme from Ocarina of Time is like an alternating. I forgot what exactly the alternation was. But there's definitely some odd key signatures in there. Like, is it just written in 13/8 or something? I don't know. Let's see, we have 6 questions to go. Or is that 7? That might be 7. So the next question is, do you have a least favorite song in your catalog to play, and if so, why? That's a good question. I think, let's see. like, so there's my repertoire here. And then there's stuff I've played in the past, right? Like, Devil Went Down to Georgia is one of those pieces that always gets requested everywhere, even if I'm playing solo, right? The piece is mostly a spoken word piece, with solos interspersed here and there. And so, like, I dislike it for just overplayed, over-requested, you know. But in terms of my repertoire here, do I have any that I actually properly dislike? I don't know, like, that's, most of these pieces are just pieces that I really do like. I go. Yeah, I'm already through the first 100, and I'm not coming up with anything that I dislike so far. Oh, yum, yum. I don't think I really do have a least liked piece on this repertoire. Like, that's all the pieces I like, at least to some degree. Dislike can also include the part is always fighting me and is tricky. But also, like, that doesn't really lead to, like, me disliking a piece so much. I may post March to Deliverance in Discord. Okay, that works. We can listen to it a little later. Yeah. Yeah, I basically like all my pieces. Anything that I put in, like, if I don't like a piece, I'll just not put it in the repertoire. Like, I've gotten sight reading requests, and, like, if I don't quite jive with a piece, if it doesn't feel really satisfying to play, like, there's all sorts of reasons that I might not put it in the repertoire. It might just be too difficult, right? And so, like, pieces that we've played in the past that I haven't put in the repertoire might be more candidates for pieces that I don't like. Let's see. In case you ever wanted to give the variants a listen. Oh, sorry, I just have a thing with rhythm games where I enjoy songs, but some are my nemesis. Like, this one section of this track on 6-button maximum difficulty always ruins me. Oh, that's fair. I definitely have some, like, you know, so certain parts of games, certain bosses, like, certain bosses in Elden Ring, for example, are definitely, you know, like, bosses that I rather dislike, but really, like, in general, with music, not so much. Not anything in my current repertoire, anyway. I've definitely played some orchestral stuff where, like, there are certain pages that are, so, like, the Beethoven's Ninth, right? Beethoven's Ninth, last 6 pages? Again, like, I'm tempted to go and just, like, get the sheet music. Actually, you know what? For this one, I'm going to get the sheet music. Because this will be very, very illustrative of the point, I believe. Let's see. Do I have... I dearly hope I still have that.
don't. I'm going to be rather sad. Is it here? That's not right. Give me just a minute more. If it's not here, then I may know of one other place. One other stack, really, of paper that it could be part of. This does remind me that I need to, I desperately need to sort my sheet music. I seem to not have it at the moment, which is rather terrible. But with Beethoven's Ninth, the last 6 to 8 pages are fairly difficult for the first violin part. So something like that. Except about another 50% faster than that. And this ends up sort of being texture, while the choral part is right, like it's this violins get relegated to this fairly frequently. Is just like this like fast bunch of notes that end up sort of just texture. And that part is but later on it gets really high and really boring. Like there's a bunch of notes, but it's just like whole bars of music with us just sitting there up at just doing that, shifting 1 or 2 notes depending on the harmony. But yeah, so that sort of thing is like not particularly something that I'm fond of. Let's see. Raven, okay, new plans. I made a piece of music on Big Sis Rain. She composed one in my honor too, lady. I'll tell you once it's done. Oh, thank you. So I'm really curious as to how it'll turn out, and if I can play it. Wanted to make sure to save the MIDI files this time. Hope it's standards and quality. Oh, don't worry. I like all sorts of things. Let's do another question before we do more music. let's see. Do you play any other instruments? So I guess I answered this earlier. I've played flute, which I can probably still play. Trumpet and sax for a number of years, which I probably can't play anymore. I can play cello to some degree. And then I played piano for a number of years, way, way back at the very beginning of my life. I think that's about it. Yeah. Speaking of difficult parts, let's do Dialga's Fight to the Finish. This is a piece from Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Definitely need to do just a little bit of warm-up on this before we actually play the piece. Because it has some parts. Pokemon former Mystery Dungeon, the mystery was solved. Oh, poor thing. Okay, I think we're good. This is Dialga's Fight to the Finish. Still work to do on that one, unfortunately. Was Dialga's fight to the finish? Yes, miss. Let's see. We'll check that off. And then I think we have a few more questions here. What is your favorite song and can you play it on the violin? So I'm going to take this as song, like a song with lyrics, right? There are definitely some songs that enter candidacy for favorite songs. Definitely some Kajiura Yuki stuff. Historia. But again, it's not very good solo. I would definitely have to get all the harmonies worked out to really do it justice. There's also Unsung War from Ace Combat 5. Cum historia mutat valteras gris revelat ipsum Premum demons lestus est, cum potentia. Like one of the very few songs that I know the lyrics to, but doesn't work well solo. Really, you kind of need an orchestra plus choral, plus choir to do it any real justice. Even stuff like Tell Your World, which is a Hatsune Miku song. I would definitely need like at least as a duet. So yeah, unfortunately, pieces that I wish I could play that really don't work well as a solo instrument, I think, is most of that list. Dark Raven, oh, my lady, you can see. She's a complete bard package. Not very well. Not very well trained. My vocal range is pretty severely limited right now. Who is Miku? I would usually guess that most people are asking you that, Vivian. What are your musical inspirations? This is definitely similar vein. I think Kajiura Yuki, Jeremy Soule, Bach, I think are probably the three composers that really dictate my taste in music. And like a lot of my solo arrangements tend to be the way they are because of Bach's unaccompanied works. But sensibilities-wise, I think much more Kajiura Yuki. And like in terms of like how much of my childhood was written by these people, like there's a sort of those three equally, right? Jeremy Soule is like the Icewind Dale, Neverwinter Nights, Elder Scrolls 345, Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim, right? And many, many more besides. And with Kajiura Yuki, you have stuff like, you know, Dot Hack Sign, Sword Art Online, Madoka Magica, Princess Principal, which, if you haven't seen, fairly modern series, anime only. I would recommend checking it out. And of course, Demon Slayer. I haven't really gotten to experience Demon Slayer just yet, though. I haven't gotten around to actually watching it. And then Bach, God, I've spent so many hours listening to his, mostly his unaccompanied works. So his 6 cello suites and his 3 violin partitas and his 3 violin sonatas. All very, very famous works. But I think the way I write for solo instrument, or the way I arrange for solo instrument, I think is very much informed by the way he wrote his unaccompanied works. I got you one better. Why is Miku? How about how is Miku? Okay, let's be concerned for the poor thing. The gods predetermined that Miku should exist. We are lucky to be living in the Miku era. Definitely feel lucky. Got a few more questions left. What's time looking like? We're at 3 hours actually. Oh, that does explain why I'm. Ooh. Shall we go through the 3 questions and then maybe play the ending theme and then call it a stream for the night? So we do have tomorrow and we have the day after as well. I think that's a good plan. Sounds good to me. Okay. So let's see. If you could learn any language instantly, what would it be? German. Mostly because I want to eventually get Sophie back to Stuttgart, which is where she was made. And it would be pretty nice to be able to actually just speak German, right? Not the most useful language in the world. I'm sure Chinese would be much more useful. Maybe even Latin. Latin would be terribly useful. But I think in terms of just picking one language and being able to just understand it, German, definitely. What is your ideal bagel? Blueberry bagel with blueberry cream cheese? Or not blueberry, raisin bagel. Densely packed, ideally. Not very dense bagel, because I really don't like the density of bagels. But a fairly non-dense bagel with a dense amount of raisins with blueberry cream cheese would be my ideal bagel. Let's see. And one final question. Do you have a favorite piece from Chrono Cross? So I feel like I know what pieces you adore from Chrono Trigger, but not your top Chrono Cross track list. And I wonder how it matches with my own. Vivian, my ideal bagel is one that takes care of me. That would be kind of nice. Always could do with the caretaker. Chrono Cross. So it's kind of hard to argue with the opening, right? Which so for anybody that hasn't heard it, let's see, how does it go? And there is wonderful secondary and tertiary parts to that. There's a string part that goes and anyway, just reminiscing on some wonderful, wonderful parts. And then there is the ending theme. I forgot the exact name of it. But let's see. And it's actually a portion that goes something like that. And that part features 2 lines that constantly come in and out of tension with each other, harmonic tension. So this is fairly resolved, right? Consonant. And then when the melody goes, the harmony is sitting there going. And that's, that feels, there's tension there, right? But and then from there, it resolves. And they keep up this dance for quite a while. It's probably my favorite part of that whole ending piece. Was it Radical Dreamers? The name of the ending piece? Let's see. But I also love Mountain Pyre, Hydromarciers, and Chronopolis. I don't remember the themes for those. Let's see. I believe the ending theme is called Radical Dreamers. I can't read that. Just realized I solved the cloning issue. I have created 2 Octavias. I'm in both streams. They're out of sync a little bit. I want that song on a music box so badly. Like just the whole thing, right? Like. Etc. etc. I know Arnie Village, I think, is definitely a good one. Nope, I'm thinking the ending theme again. Oh, so many of these pieces are like really, really good on guitar, but they don't work very well on a solo violin. So like it doesn't get to like, really get refreshed in my memory. Yeah, yeah, in terms of favorites, the opening and the ending are just far and away the best. But then like a ton of the tracks are just really, really good, chill music. So yeah, definitely Chrono Cross recommended as a soundtrack. There's, I know there were like YouTube compilations that were Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross, like relaxing mixes. Let's see, like, let's see. So this channel does a really, really good job with various soundtracks. I know they've covered Final Fantasy 9 and 10 as well. No, never mind. I'm thinking of a different channel. Yeah, it's this is a compilation of various covers. Scars of Time is the name of the opening piece, right? Also, if you figure out how to actually solve the cloning issue, I would love to know, because as you can see, I struggle with just one of myself. And I think that's all the questions. Whew. Didn't realize it'd take quite this long to get through them all. We pretty much had to go through all of the last 5 questions all in a row. Please add to the repertoire list, please, please, please. I don't know any, like, so both the opening and the ending, I can't do them justice because, well, so the ending theme I would have to arrange. That's doable. The opening theme, a secondary and really ideally tertiary parts are just required. The piece doesn't work without them, right? Like there's the, you know, so that there's the intro, right? And then the string part comes in. And that needs to be underneath that main melody. Otherwise it just doesn't work. Octavia, promise it's good enough? I would at least have to custom arrange both of them. So like I can at least get something satisfying out of it. Otherwise it just feels like I'm just playing one part out of it while just totally ignoring the others. That's it. I will put that on the list of pieces that I want to arrange. To be fair, it's a beautiful part. Yeah, I mean, all the parts are gorgeous for the ending and the opening. All right, I think we'll do the ending theme and then call it a stream. Do we have somewhere for the Twitch viewers to raid out to? Might raid out to, oh, Jade Bellfire is doing a birthday stream, so we will go there afterwards. All right, so this is the ending theme to Super Mario 64 and the ending theme to my stream. This is the staff roll from Super Mario 64. Oh, reverb, there we go. The ending theme to Super Mario 64. And also the ending theme to the stream. Happy Streamiversary. Thank you, thank you. Thank you all for being on this journey with me. Lovely doing indeed. 1 year, yep. God, it's so weird to think about. Doing this for a full year, just week in and week out. I think, well, we've got 2 more days of celebrations. Let's go for the 2nd year. Yep. Yep. It's, if I have the time, I might, I was actually thinking of doing a New Year's stream, as well. So, you know, the usual time, maybe not quite, a little later than the usual time, to start, and then, into the new year, 1 or 2 hours. Maybe not 2 hours, maybe one hour into the new year, and celebrate. So yeah, it's but I'm getting ahead of myself. Thank you for being here. Some people for the whole year, gods. I know I've been here for the whole year. Just MJ, I'll sure be busy for that one. Okay, no worries. All right. I think I'm going to raid Twitch out to a friend of mine, and then if you'd like to, if anybody on YouTube would like to join us, this is the link. So yeah. And let me raid out to, where is the little raidy button? There's the little raidy button. Where is Jade? There we go. She's having a birthday celebration. So definitely gotta wish her happy birthday. Looks like she's possibly playing, don't know what she's playing. Either Diablo or maybe Path of Exile 2 potentially. Let's see, start raid. There we go, there's the button. Thank you for the love of your stream, the whole year of streams in fact. It's my pleasure. Thanks for being here the whole time. Thanks for being with me on this journey. Hopefully, here's to, well, another 2 days of this weekend of celebrations, and then to a 2nd year of streams. All right, raiding out. And to YouTube, night-night, sweet dreams.